In a podcast land where thoughts collide, Brian and Craig will be your guide. No topic too small, no tale too tall. Tune in, laugh out, you'll have a ball. From mysteries deep to light-hearted jokes in a poker rhythm where laughter invokes. Untitled is their name, the fun untamed. Each episode a ride, this shows their claim. Untitled, Brian and Craig, get ready for a twist and a leg shake. In a quirky world where anything goes, join the ride as the madness flows.
Seven. The numbers keep getting bigger.
That's like count, but in slow motion.
Yeah. If you get that reference, you're entirely too old or watched a lot of PBS.
Well, I do get that reference because I'm entirely too old. So I think people know the count. I don't think you have to be too old to know the count.
You know, I don't know. I guess to me, like Sesame Street is ubiquitous, but like
Yeah.
I assume some people would be more was it like Blue's Clues or
Oh, I don't know. I'm firmly in the Sesame Street camp of those options. So
yeah. You know, in the 80s and 90s they really didn't have a lot of great children's programming. Oh wait, no, you got the Care Bears.
the Care Bear stare, always good time. We had the Electric Company, which was always fun.
Oh
And,
yeah. I remember the Electric Company. Oh man.
And there's that thing where I'm just a bill on Capitol Hill or whatever. What was that? The show
Schoolhouse
where
Rock.
they taught you how. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, I love Schoolhouse Rock. I guess they brought it back.
Did they really?
Yeah, a couple of years ago they had some new stuff, and it's kind of funny. They updated the "I'm Just a Bill" song, which is very sad.
Oh, I'm just something that Donald Trump wants, and so now I'm law. That's how it's going to
Yeah.
be changed in the next few years. We don't have to. Last time we were recording, it was the election night, and we still had hope. And now all of our
Yes.
hope is gone. But we don't have to. We don't have to. There's enough of people that are doom scrolling across social media and feeling sad. We don't have to join to that. We can have fun despite the fact that our country is headed in a questionable direction.
Yes, and if you've ever listened to our song, to the opening theme song, we are here to tell a tale. Was it no tale too tall, no story too
No story too small. I don't know how it goes.
too small. Yeah,
Something with a shake and a leg shake or something. I don't know. I remember. A twist and a leg shake.
we should really know our theme song.
Why would we start now?
Yeah. But yeah, Craig, you had a pretty big week, so we'll start off with you.
Okay, yeah, my week. Well, I went to San Francisco, which was lovely. I got to see this bridge that people have been talking about. I mean, I had seen it before, but it turns out that the iconic bridge, it's pretty good. Although it's badly named because it's not golden, it's red. It's not a Golden Gate, but neither here nor there. I think it's because it's the Golden Gate something or other, like the body of water that goes over is. So I don't know. It doesn't matter. But hung out in San Francisco, got to see a lot of family. Got back to work just in time to have a day where we took half the day off and went to an escape room. Which, if you've never done, those are a lot of fun. You have to solve a lot of puzzles, open a lot of locks, and get out of a room before the angel of death descends, which is what ours was about. I guess I don't fully understand the story, but at the end there was this ghost that said that it was going to try to take us over, but somehow we neutralized it by putting golf balls in the right order. It's a whole thing. I don't understand, but
So you had to defeat biblically accurate angels?
yeah, sadly there were no Babylonian space wizards, which made me sad. But maybe the next one.
Aw.
I know.
The next one.
I should have put that in the comments. Yes, we had the Angel of Death, but what about Babylonian Space Wizard?
I mean, it's a legit question.
He might have brought me on as a consultant if I had done that, because the guy seemed rather nerdy. Like he seems like the target audience for what we're trying to do with this show. So maybe I should have given him a sticker.
Yeah, maybe you should have done some of that. Was that some oh god, what do they call it? Organic marketing?
Yes, yeah. Here's a sticker. It has a URL at the bottom. Go to that. Listen, you'll like it. Trust me.
You'll like it. We think.
Very possible. You might like it. Who wouldn't like it? I mean, probably most people, but some people will. We're not going for everyone. We're just going for the people who like what we do.
Yeah, we're going for a solid 30% of the market.
If we could get 30%, my God, that would be amazing. I would love it. So, well, that's my week. What did you have? What you have going with you?
You know, I surprisingly did a lot. So you missed all of it, but we got some crazy snow. We got some insane snow. And during that time, I actually rescued a family of cats.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did you rescue cats? Tell me the tale.
So my neighbor and I have been feeding these cats, which I've omitted this specifically to make it seem like I just my life is taken over by raccoons. But really, we left the food out to feed the strays, and the raccoons would come because it's an easy meal. Yes, I brought it upon myself. For those of you who have been paying attention at home, yes, I caused my own anti-raccoon stance. But there is no food left out because we rescued the family of kittens and the mother cat. So my neighbor actually has like this, what do you call it? Like a solarium.
Okay.
And she leaves the door open and she has indoor outdoor cats. And so those cats, so the stray cats would come in and eat and get warm and all that. And so she was like, holy crap, there's 5 kittens in here. So she shut them in.
Yeah.
And it took me a solid 20 minutes with like thick, heavy gloves to wrangle all these cats that were like darting around these kittens.
Oh my
Were
gosh.
very feral. And so I got them all in like a carrier, and then I took them. And then the next day I did the same thing with the mom, who was much more upset than the kittens because the kittens are
Right.
small and
They don't know better.
yeah. But the mom, she sort of warmed up to me, and so I took them down to in Colorado we don't have the Humane Society, we have the Dumb Friends League, which is a no-kill shelter, so I brought them all over to them.
Nice.
So yeah, I saved a family of cats. I edited last week's podcast and got it up on time. I want you to know.
Very nice.
And then this week, I just been, trying to sell my house. I hung out with some of my friends who were out of town. 2 of them are very famous. They do voice acting. I'm not going to drop names because that's not
cool.
Yeah, it's just not cool. And I've known one of them for like 20 plus years. So it's like, oh, hey, we support you. Good job. We know what you do for a living. That's great. And treat them like 20 years hasn't never passed. So that's kind of how that goes. And then just hanging out. I got a bunch of shiny Pokemon in Pokemon Go, so I was really excited about that.
I heard Kate talking about that, about how she was a little jealous because you had so many shinies the whole week or something. So congratulations.
Yeah, I felt pretty good about that. Some of which I am basically going to give to her anyway, so you know how it goes.
You got a black fill though. Finally, you got your shiny Wooloo.
I did. I was so happy because I'm a big fan of the movie The Witch. I actually I imported is it British? Yeah, I imported the British special edition Blu-ray with all of the extra behind the scenes stuff because I'm a nerd like that. I showed Craig this too. I imported a special edition copy of the Super Mario Bros. Movie from 1993.
Bob Hoskins.
With Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo. I imported it from Australia, and on the front it says "Let's Thwomp." And
I think that's a good. We should just adopt that as what we'd say. It's our "Let's Thwomp." It's
Let's
time
Thwomp.
to podcast. Let's Thwomp.
Yeah, it's gonna be a thing.
It will be a thing. Let's Thwomp.
Let's Thwomp. It'll be we'll bring back Wizard. That's so Wizard.
I don't know that I ever knew that was a thing to bring back potentially. When did people say "Let's Wizard" or how was it used appropriately?
Yeah, I think it's
that's so Wizard.
I think it's just saying that's cool. Wizard. You know.
Really? Okay.
That's bullshit, Craig. I'm not.
Well, maybe we could create it. Look. Gen Z Gen Alpha has enough dumb slang that we could probably get that going and build up some momentum behind it. That's so Wizard.
I think you probably could, because it's no cap and taking L's and skibbity. God, it's so weird. It's all brain rot shit. But listen, I looked up a bunch of stuff because I was curious. Because I was what is slang like? And there's this article in the turn of the century, the 1910, somewhere around there. Okay. And they're we don't understand what these kids are saying. They have all these new laws, and it's slang now you're cooking with gas, or now you're on the stuff like that. And it's interesting how language just continuously evolves using regular words and then made up words. Because if you really want to think about it, I guess all words are made up and you assign them some intrinsic value.
Right, true. And then they change over time. So yeah. So there's no rules and everything's crazy. Yeah.
It's true. So yeah, that's our podcast where we talk about words and their
Although I have a new merch idea. We'll just have a shirt that says "That's so Wizard. Let's Thwomp."
So Craig and I are doing a video chat and I was just pointing at my camera and I was oh. That's such a good idea.
I totally broke Brian. He just had this look of surprise and excitement on his face, and he was pointing directly at the camera, and then no words were coming out. Oh, that was fun.
Yes.
I enjoyed that. So there we are.
I'm so excited.
We know what time
I
it is.
think I hear the Morse code. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
There's something coming in. The news.
It's the news! All right, I was going to tell you a story about a couple in Adelaide, Australia, who came home to find a koala in their house. And then
Okay.
I was going to tell you a story about a bear in Tennessee who walked into a candy store and just started eating Charleston Chews.
Wait. Specifically Charleston Chews?
Apparently the bear was a big fan of Charleston Chews and Hershey's Kisses. Yes. Yeah, I was going to tell you that story. And then I was going to tell you about a story about a moose in Sweden that walked into a BMW distribution center and stomped 3 BMWs, causing $20,000 worth of damage. Those are the stories I was going to tell you.
Okay.
But I'm not going to tell you any of those stories because, well, they all kind of fit a theme, because this story also fits a theme. And it's about how 4 residents in the Los Angeles area got arrested this week. And here's what happened. They all have fancy cars, it turns out. And they all have insurance. And what they did is they posted claims to their insurance company. They have different cars. One of them has a 2015 Mercedes G60 or G63, I don't know, AMG. I'm not a car guy, so I don't know what that means, but it's a Mercedes, so therefore it's expensive. Maybe not. I don't know. Another one has a 2022 Mercedes E350. I think there was one other car, but I don't know that it says what it was. I thought it was something like really fancy, but it doesn't matter. There were at least 2 Mercedes, and they filed claims saying that a bear had gotten into their car and destroyed the interior.
Damn.
The insurance company took the claim and sent out a representative. And it turned out that where these cars were parked, there was some closed circuit television. And so they pulled up the closed circuit television to see what's going on. And they're like, okay, there's the bear. It's getting inside of the car. I can see it's destroying things. But something about this just doesn't seem right. It's a little weird. So the insurance adjuster took the video and he took it to a wildlife expert. He's like, something about this just doesn't seem right. Am I tripping here, or does this video seem not quite wizard? I don't think that's what he actually said, but you get the point. And the wildlife expert said, yeah, that's not a bear. That's a guy in a bear suit.
Wait. So they committed. I'm assuming they committed insurance fraud.
Correct.
But they went so far to get in a bear suit and trash their cars. Like, that is so much work.
So much work. They bought a bear suit. They put on the bear suit. They broke into their own cars and trashed the interior of their cars wearing a bear suit. And then 3 different videos. It's weird for this to be happening. And they're like, yeah, this doesn't look quite right. And then the wildlife expert is, yeah, that's clearly a guy in a bear suit. So the police went to their house with a warrant and they found the bear suit in the guy's houses. They have been arrested on suspicion of insurance fraud and will be arraigned later this week.
Sorry. Like, it's just so much work to do that. Like, but
it's the world's greatest news story. It makes me so happy that someone was this remarkably dumb and then did it 3 times.
So, here, they seriously could have gotten away with it if they watched. So they could have gotten away with it if they literally just did 2 easy, simple things. Okay, watched literally any documentary on bear behavior. Okay,
that would probably help. Yes.
And why didn't you throw away or burn the bear suit?
Well, you might need to destroy another car. And so you want to have that on hand for more insurance fraud later on.
I feel like, but if you were going to commit more insurance fraud, you could, it would be pretty easy to like hide a bear suit. Like, just fold it up and like throw it in like a crawl space or like something like that.
Right. Well, if you'd like to see the bear suit, so this go, for all our listeners and for you too, Brian, right now, if you'd like to see what the bear suit looked like, there
That
was a picture
is
of it
amazing.
posted that I have posted to the show's Instagram. So go to Instagram.
Ooh.
Yes. So what is it? Untitled with Brian and Craig on Instagram, and you will see the bear suit.
Oh my god! This is the face of insurance fraud. It is so overly elaborate.
It's so it's so much work just to go to jail. It's so much work just to go to jail. Apparently the insurance company was about to pay $141,000 worth of a claim on this. So they almost got away with it. They would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for those meddling kids, to quote Scooby-Doo.
But they also tore up their interiors.
Their own cars. They destroyed their own cars. I don't understand what the long game is here, or why this is what you're trying to do. Seems like there's better ways to make money, but I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, that happened in Los Angeles this week, and I think it's safe to say that these four gentlemen who did this are not the smartest guys that have ever walked the face of the earth.
I mean, they had a good idea, but maybe if they just workshopped it a little bit
It's
more.
the execution maybe that went a bit awry. Although I do feel like somebody probably said "let's thwomp" at some point.
Before I put on the bear like hood, I'd be like, let's thwomp, baby.
Thwomp. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Wait.
I think that would be the way.
I'm Craig, and that is the news.
That's the news. Man, I don't know. There was so many things that have been going on this past week that I'm like, man, usually I do some research, or like I'll remember something and like look into it to try and break Craig's brain, because I've lived a wild life in my 35 plus years. I'm just sitting there and I'm thinking about these like really mundane things, and I was like, I wonder if Craig knows about this. So, do you remember like back in the day, you'd go to like Kmart or whatever, and you'd like put in a quarter and you'd like twist the vending knob and you'd get like a toy.
Yeah, for sure.
So those are called I didn't look this up, but in Japan, they have something similar. It's called a gacha system. So, because the company that makes it is the gacha, and they have like little, trinkets, stuff like that. They put
sure
all sorts of things in them. So, office supplies, shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, recently, the big thing is it's gone into gaming. So a lot of games are like free to play, but you earn this currency that you can convert to what are called pulls, where you basically get a random character like you like. But like a lot of these gacha games are geared towards men, and instead of like toys, you collect digital women.
I saw that coming from a mile away.
And in the zeitgeist, they're called waifus. So you collect your favorite waifu.
Shut up. Waifus? Shut up.
I just want you all to know Craig's face is red from laughing so hard.
Oh, that's one of the dumbest things I've. That's fantastic. Waifus. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I just had to take a break. I had to take a second there because wow, that's a lot. So congratulations. This brain break. You're starting out really good.
Yeah. So it got me thinking, because I play a couple of them, and I just was like, oh, this is kind of, I guess, normal, because it happened gradually. It wasn't like a sudden like boom industry shift. I mean, I guess it was, but I might have like been late to the bandwagon or whatever on it. In the otaku culture, which is, as the kids say, hella cringe, you have your favorite waifu, which Craig is trying so hard to keep it together. He's trying so hard.
Every time you say the word waifu, I die a little on the inside, but like in the best possible way.
Oh, and it's not and it's not like it's a bad thing. It's quite literally, I'm attracted to this character. I want them to be my wife.
I understand the concept, I think.
And then for the ladies, or those who enjoy the men, they have
Oh no. Oh wait. Give me a second. Okay, go ahead.
husbandos.
I now pronounce you husbando and waifu.
And it's It's quite literally just those anglicized words crammed into the Japanese language. I was going somewhere with this.
Okay.
Because I had to set it up, you see. I had to set it all up.
We've already gone somewhere with this. I feel like I've taken a journey already, Brian, but I'm excited to hear more.
It got me thinking. I was reading, God, it must have been years ago. I was reading this article, and this guy was like, he kind of like lived as his own, and they were like, so why don't you have a girlfriend, blah blah blah, because he was my age, he's mid-30s, stuff like that. And then he's like, and so they go to this house and it's full of these like anime girl figures and stuff, right? And he's like, and this is quite literally stuck with me for like ever. he says 2D girls are better than 3D girls.
Oh my.
I saw Craig's face. I saw the light fade from his eyes. The spark is gone, people.
Wow.
The
I used to
spark
have
is
much
gone.
to live for, but then I heard 2D girls are better than 3D girls, and I just don't know how I could go on now.
I mean, listen. And then he went on and he explained it, and a lot of it was just, I guess he'd not had luck with the ladies. And he's like,
Weird.
and he's just like, fuck this. I'm just gonna,
2D girls are better. That's all.
2D girls are better. And it's just like, wow. Just, and Craig, I'm trying to explain this. I want you to understand something about this. So in this culture, this gotcha culture, when these figures and these pulls are not cheap. Like, people spend hundreds, if not thousands of dollars.
Sweet
Okay.
Lord. And this is just a random thing too. Like, you don't get what you want, you just get what you get.
Exactly. So, I mean, obviously there's like RNG and a probability and all that stuff.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
eventually you get what you want. You want is the idea. But
Right.
yeah, like, drugs would be cheaper. Like, seriously.
A mail order bride might actually be cheaper, honestly.
I mean, and then, there's a lot of ethical problems with that, but I mean, at the end of the day, you could be very ethical about it and be like, all right, here you go. You're an American citizen. Have fun. You could free those trafficked people.
This went in a weird direction. I'm sorry.
Yeah, this took a really weird turn. I'm like,
that's my fault. I apologize.
I grew up in a small town in Alaska, and there was a guy in the town who famously had a mail order bride, and it worked out for him, but it was very, as the kids say, sus. It was very suspicious. Because they're like, how did you meet this nice Slovakian woman? I met them at Cars. I'm sorry, Craig. How did you meet your waifu?
Stop! You're killing me.
Yeah, I figured I would introduce you to some subculture there, Craig.
Wow, that was quite a trip that we've just gone on. So I think if we don't name this show, I now pronounce you husbando and waifu. We're doing something wrong.
Yes. Did you like, by the way, last week's episode, hit by an ambulance? Semicolon.
The Raccoon King. Always a good time.
I didn't mention it during the podcast, and I should have. But do you remember, what was that Stephen King book, Christine, the one with the car?
The car? Yeah.
Yeah, I had a weird dream a couple nights ago about an ambulance that was like doing that, but they would like horribly mangle people and then would throw them in the back. They're hunting, Craig. They're hunting.
Where was this movie pitch a week ago? I tell you, that's
right? That would have been great. Like, a sentient car. God.
Sentient ambulance. Yeah.
Sentient ambulance. I mean, it's like Christine 2.
This time it's bigger and it has paramedics inside.
Ooh, Christine 2, Dolores. Ooh, that's a good one.
Not bad.
Not bad. Okay, so that was a bonus pitch.
Wow, from a week ago. I love it. All right. Well, I think it's that time now. We have so much to work with.
We really do. And we should probably say that when we came up with the idea and the format, it was totally arbitrary. And we were playing Pokemon Go, and we were in a parking garage. And Craig was like, "We could use all the ideas, or some of the ideas." And I was like, "Oh yeah," because I've been trying to figure out a way to like incorporate everything.
Oh yeah, you don't have to do everything. It just has to have something, little
Yeah.
pieces.
But I mean, I think that's like the extra bonus challenge. And you get extra points. I'm just gonna throw in the point system. You get extra points if you can find a way to organically insert the Babylonian space wizards from Out of Time.
I don't even think it has to be organic. We can do that at any time, and I'll be in favor of it. Oh, all right. Whose turn is it to go first?
Man, I can't even remember. Oh wait, I think. You know what? Screw it. I'll go first because I got
Okay.
I got a good one. I got a good
Okay,
one.
you go for it.
So we open up on this scene. This guy, right? He's driving, a Mercedes G Wagon, which are those really like boxy, shiny, kind of gaudy cars you see drive around in the metro. And he's like, oh man, I kind of need some money to to invest, because he's a scummy stockbroker. Okay, so he comes up with this like crazy idea, okay, to get some money from his insurance company. And so he's like, he gets everything together. So he gets a bear suit and like trying to like figure everything out. And then he's about to do the thing, and he gets sidetracked. Okay, he gets sidetracked by this building, and it says,
Brian's cracking himself up.
and it says, "Find your next waifu here."
Say that again. I didn't quite.
Find your next waifu here.
Oh, jeez.
And so he's like, okay. So he goes in, and it's all he sees is this giant vending machine, and it's like a TV screen, and he can scroll in between the different people. They're real people. He's scrolling, and he's like, oh, this is weird. And it's like men, women, whatever. And in the last one, he sees it, Bertha, which is a bear, and he's like, that's the one I want. So he presses the button, scans his card, twists the knob, and a door opens. And he goes in, and it's that bear. And what you don't find out, what you don't realize, is it's a touching story about a man and a bear falling in love. And then eventually there's a big fight at the end, and the bear destroys the interior of his Mercedes car. And then he's like, oh no, they destroyed my car. And so they go to the insurance thing, and it turns out he was so high on magic mushrooms that he destroyed his own car and committed insurance fraud.
Accidental insurance fraud. When you think he's found the love of his life in a bear.
Yes.
Okay.
And I think I'm just gonna call it Bertha, a waifu story.
Pretty good. That's pretty good. Oh, okay. All right. So my story, my movie pitch. We have a gentleman, and he's lonely. He's trying his best. He's playing a lot of these gacha games. I don't know if you've heard of them or not, but apparently you can find a waifu if you try hard enough, or if you pay enough. I guess, I don't know. But he's getting into that. But for a while it kind of filled all of his needs. He was feeling okay about his life. But as time went on, and as he collected more and more waifus, always looking for shiny waifus, but couldn't always find them. He couldn't. Did you like shiny waifu?
I did.
Eventually, he needed something more. He's walking down the street, and he just sees it on the side of the road. It's a catalog, and he's like, "Well, this is weird because it's 2024, and catalogs are kind of a thing of the past. People shop online now, but this was like a magical catalog that just appeared, and it had his name on the front of it, and it said, 'Hey, are you lonely?' And we'll call him Brad because that seems like a good name as any. Are you lonely, Brad? Are your waifus just not covering your needs any longer? Something along those lines. So he opens it up, and it's a catalog full of women, which seems to be a common theme in our movie pitches. It just has a phone number for him to call if he's interested. So he's looking through it because this was some covert marketing or something. Like they had his name on the cover and everything. Like this is pretty targeted marketing, I guess is the word you would use, but like to a creepy degree. But yet he's still intrigued. So he calls the number, and he orders the girl from page 36. He doesn't know where she's from because it doesn't say. It just has a picture, but she's beautiful. And he's like, well, 3D girls are better than 2D girls.
Okay.
So he waits a few weeks. He kind of forgets about it because once you've ordered a mail order bride and it's been a few weeks, you just forget about that sort of thing, I guess.
I'm sorry. Like what? You're a willing participant in human trafficking, and you're like, oh well.
I guess I just got taken. But he hadn't given a card or anything, so he doesn't think anything's fine. And then one day, suddenly his doorbell rings. He goes to the door, and what he's greeted by there defies imagination. He's not ready for it because it's a person, and it looks roughly the shape of a girl, about the right size and proportions and everything. But this person is wearing a bear suit, and he doesn't know who it is or why they're there. But she says in a thick European accent, Eastern European, of course. Hello, I am here for. Well, I can't do a European accent apparently. I try to just pull that out, and she's like, "I am here for you. I am your new wife." And he's like, "Okay, that's weird, but I guess I did order that from that catalog." So he's like, "Well, come on in." He's like, "Do you want to take off the bear suit?" "No, I always wear a bear suit." And so he ends up falling in love with this girl, and he doesn't really even know if it's the girl from the picture because she literally never takes off the bear suit, like ever. Like they get intimate, but not that intimate where she'll take off the bear suit. And then they fall in love and they have children. He's never seen her because she's always in the bear suit. And then they live a good life. They have a family. Yeah, then they pass away after a long life together, and he just never knows if he actually got the girl from the catalog or not, but he lived a happy, fulfilled life, and she was everything he needed except for like a human face. The end.
That's kind of like that classic story Madame Butterfly, where it's basically this guy is catfished and by another man and is like holy shit, I need a baby. So what were the children human children?
Oh yeah, she's a human.
Okay,
she's a human. She's just in a bear suit.
Okay, so
yeah.
Okay, so it's like a romantic comedy mystery.
Yeah, a bit. Yeah, and I think you call it love in a time of bear suit. I don't know.
Love it. Oh, bear suit with me.
Okay, yours is better. That's perfect.
That's a good one.
This show doesn't get less weird the more we do it.
It's quite literally, I am who I am, and Craig is the way he is, and we just together, we make this weird, like, I don't know, like ham and jello, like weirdness.
Oh, well. I'm entertained, even if no one else is. So that's what's important, I guess.
That was good. I still think your pitch has got some legs. I should probably workshop mine a little more. It could be like an indie film, like a 45-minute MD film.
Yeah. I think that'd be good. That'd be good. You came up with bear suit with me though, and that's golden. I love it.
I think yours wins the pitch this show. I think you could really it's really got a lot of, you could really like make it a heartfelt, like romantic comedy drama, and like at the end, he passes away, or he's on his deathbed and she's about to pass away, and they're like holding hands, and she like takes off the bear suit head, and it only shows his reaction, and you just see a single tear.
Just
a single tear.
Beautiful. That's beautiful.
Yeah, and I don't know, going for like what was it, like a Citizen Kane, like
he's gonna be in his deathbed saying what was the name of the sled? Rosebud, of course. Yeah. So.
But no, that's a good
All
one.
right. Well, it's about the time when we end this thing.
Yeah. I have something right here, and it looks like a box of Q-tips. And
you should do with that.
You should just read the back. Always read the back of the Q-tip box.
Always read the Q-tip box.
Untitled with Brian and Craig is produced and edited by me, Brian Bennigan. It is also hosted by me, Ryan Nottingham, as well as Craig Dodge. Opening and ending themes are created by AI, so nobody has license to those.